There is a video trend going on YouTube for a long time now where YouTubers will go and spend a ridiculous amount of money on an online clothes brand, and that clothes brand will most of the time be really notorious for how cheap their clothes are, for example. And I totally understand why YouTubers do it. People absolutely love those videos. And if your way of making a living is on YouTube, then obviously you're going to do what your audience wants to see. That's what I do, and that's what I would recommend any content creator to do. So I just want to make it clear, I'm not trying to shame or blame any YouTubers. I'm just here to try and show a much darker side to this trend that I think most people, including those YouTubers and the people watching those videos, don't really realise. And for the record, I used to love watching those videos too. I mean, what's there not to like? How can you not click on those videos? There's the element of drama, shock, sensationalism, whatever you want to call it. And those videos usually come with thumbnails like, oh my god, what have I done? Type of thumbnails. And you're just like, oh my god, what has she done? We need to watch and pray for her. And there is the element of conflict too. Like, everything on Boohoo is like £20. How in the world do you end up spending £750? Like, your brain just doesn't compute. Let's see, you would have to be purchasing around
3 days later,
37.5 items, which is an accurate description of what you get when you buy from those places. It's like usually half a dress. You buy a dress and it looks like a crop top. So based on that logic, 37.5 items, you already know that it's going to be a huge haul. And wait a minute, we love hauls. I don't know what the exact psychology behind them is, but we derive so much satisfaction from other people's purchases. It's crazy. It's like a purge that you will never purge. And I mean, those videos are just very informational. If you've bought from those brands before, or if you've heard about them, you'll know that they're very extremely hit and miss. You just never know what you're going to get. You could buy a dress for £5 and it could like fit you like a glove, and you could look like JLo on the red carpet, or you could end up looking like someone who, I don't know, makes their own clothes out of paper mache and carrier bags. Okay, so that's all good. That's great about those videos. But, and there is a big but, those videos are propagating the wrong culture. There is a reason why successful YouTubers are called influencers in the business world, and there is a reason why brands pay them money to make ads for them. At the end of the day, our favourite YouTubers influence our purchases, and they do a lot more than that. They influence our perspective on things, how we approach fashion, how we approach life even, I would say. Like, you have lifestyle YouTubers, and those are the people who we follow. And by spending £750 or £1,000 or whatnot on cheap clothes, you're encouraging people to do just that, to buy. It's like more is more, and it's that culture that we need to stop being so focused on. Fact is, at the rate that we're going, our buying impulses are leading us straight towards disaster. In the description bar below, you will find an article listing some very shocking facts about fast fashion that you might not have heard of before. And very often, those videos, the £750, or I spent £1,000 on this and that, and those brands are usually the brands which cause all those disasters. When I watch those videos, here are the messages that I get from them, and that the YouTubers themselves are kind of passing on unconsciously without them realising they are. The first one is that clothes are disposable. For example, so they get the 37 items of clothing, they'll try them on, it's a first impression video, there'll be loads of mistakes and they will hate a lot of them, and they will find this one piece where they'll be like, ooh, I might actually keep that, or I will actually wear this again, and I will maybe wear this outside, meaning that the rest of those clothes, the other 36.5 items, they will never wear again. It's just wasted purchases wasted fabric and environmental damage for no reason whatsoever. The second thing I noticed is the distortion of the value of clothes. So I saw this one video where the YouTuber was like, yeah, that's not really worth £20, probably £15. And fact is, clothes shouldn't be costing £20, let alone £15. But the reality is that to make that clothes that she's wearing, it cost way, way, way less than that. Clothes are supposed to be investments. They're supposed to last you for years. And if an item of clothing is costing you £15 or around that price range, here is what happened. This t-shirt illustration I got from the Elephant Journal, and it explains how much making a t-shirt really costs. So if you look at this t-shirt, we're assuming it is priced at $14. It costs only £5.67 to make it. So that's a 60% profit for the retailer. And how much is the person making the t-shirt getting? 12 cents. Does it seem fair to you that the person who made this t-shirt only got £12 for it? Or does it even seem fair to you that you're actually paying triple the price of what it costs to make? And that profit margin is not going to the people who actually worked on it. It's going to the people who are producing it, the manufacturers. And by that I mean the retailers, because in fast fashion, the retailers are usually the manufacturers as well. They own the whole chain of production. Another thing that I've noticed is that those YouTubers, when making those videos, will often compromise quality for quantity or price. And by that I mean, because they bought it for so cheap, they will very easily forgive mistakes or like bad quality. So for example, I saw this YouTuber and she bought a pair of trousers or something, and the trousers were very strange. She was saying how, well, you're getting this, but it was this price, so in the end it's kind of worth it. That kind of just shows you how wrong our mindset about clothing is. When building your wardrobe, I highly recommend that you get pieces of great quality that will tick all the boxes for you, be it colour, style, cut, fit, shape. It's the only way of guaranteeing that you will wear this item of clothing again and again, and that it won't end up at the back of the cupboard, never to be seen again. Some of those videos do have a good intention of returning the clothes after having reviewed them, or if they don't like the clothes, they plan on returning them. But the thing is, shopping from brands like Shein Side or Fashion Nova or Wish often means that you will have to pay for the return costs. And let's face it, because this is China you're buying from, there's a very, very high chance of you discovering that you actually have to pay for the cost, and usually that cost will depend on how much you're sending back, so the weight of the items basically. And you will find that returning those clothes that you don't like will actually cost you more than to just chuck them or than to just keep them. And if you don't like them, you're not going to wear them, which is basically kind of chucking them. Another thing that you should know is that some of those brands say on their return policy page that they have the right to refuse your return request if they think you're wardrobing, which basically is another word for excessive returns. If they think you're continuously buying and then returning things back to them, they reserve the right to refuse your return request. Last but not least, and this is probably the point that I actually hold closest to my heart, so yes, those videos are trying to give an honest review of the products, and I quote, "I just wanted to spend a lot more money than I usually would because I really wanted to test out these products and get as many as I can to really give you guys an opinion of the store." So yes, when you buy from a brand, you want to know whether the clothes are of good quality, or if they will fit you well, or if they actually look as nice as they do on the website. But we also need to start being a bit more curious about brands themselves, not just the service they offer to us as customers, or the actual quality of the clothes or the look of the clothes, but about the brand's values. What are they doing to reduce their environmental impact? What are they doing to make their social impact a positive one? And I can tell you already that those brands, those fast fashion brands, do nothing but exploit children, exploit women, exploit farmers, exploit rivers, and the list goes on and on. And I think that's the thing that really saddens me about those videos, is the fact that those YouTubers have so much influence and they've got a massive following of people who are ready to listen to what they're saying, but they don't really take the time to look into what brands they're buying from or who they're promoting. And that's just a real shame of it. It's all fun and giggles on our side of the planet, but there is a much, much darker side to this industry that we need to actively combat. And those videos where I spent a fortune to buy from this online brand, was it worth it, are not doing much to combat that industry. And instead, it's doing the exact opposite. It's encouraging people to buy from them. And I wish that was not the case. Yeah, so that's it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!